Get a Job in Tech, episode 376, How to Increase Your Salary at Your Current Job. Things to do before you ask for a raise. Be consistent at work. First, you'll need to value your work you do and do it with intent. Being enthusiastic about your work will help you deliver quality work over time, on time. This also means being more accountable, taking on challenging things at work, and continually improving your skills. This puts you in a better position when negotiating your salary. Definitely research the job market. Salaries usually vary by job industry and location, amongst other factors. Before you ask for a raise, you have to thoroughly research the current job climate in your industry. Pay for similar positions at different companies and the difference in pay between locations. Ensure to look at additional benefits from monetary and non-monetary situations, such as stock options, health insurance, student loan if you still have one of those, and paid time off, and wellness package maybe like a lunch. They have cafeteria. Do they provide for a gym, like an on-site gym, something like that? There's a lot of job boards out there to look for, like salary.com is a good example. And definitely seek feedback and make improvements. So schedule one-on-one meetings with your leadership or the immediate supervisor and get their feedback. Usually they have these every 6 months. They'll have like a review, and ask them about areas for improvement and what they want to see more of. It's a great way to focus on the positives while being open to feedback. And you take their feedback and you make the desired improvements. If you've worked at an organization for a long time and believe you bring more to the table with your skills, then there's no better time to ask for a raise. So how do you ask how to increase your salary? Essentially, practice your pitch. And so if you're scheduling an in-person online or an online meeting with your leadership, it's best to practice your pitch beforehand. So focus on three important aspects: the value you bring through your experience and skills, the demand for your skill set and current job market, the additional contributions you can make to the team. While discussing the value you provide, back it up with numbers and metrics. Point out the current demand and pay for your position. Your research comes in handy now. It may also help you shape the future plans with your leadership, such as how you plan to expand your skills to contribute more. Here's a couple different examples. So value. For example, you want to say, over the last 6 months, I developed optimization algorithm that reduces our data ingestion by 25%, giving us a significant edge over our competition. I also worked on automating our current pipeline and saved approximately 30% of the time previously spent on manual tasks. Demand. I researched the current market trends for my role, and my average salary for my position here is above $75,000. This is about 15% higher than my current pay. With my 3+ years experience and specialized skill set, I request you consider a raise in my salary that's fair and matches the industry standards. Contribution. In the coming months, I've planned out a change in the architecture that's allowed us to reduce the application runtime and resource consumption rates quite significantly. This will certainly increase the demand for our solution. Choose the right time. The best time to ask for a raise is when the company is financially stable and just after you've completed a significant milestone. You may also request a raise during your quarterly or annually review. It's best to wait at least 6 months to a year before you ask for a raise. Any shorter period than this might seem a little pushy. Be open to negotiation. There can be several outcomes, and it's best that you are prepared. For example, it's perfectly natural for your manager or leader to ask for time to consider your request, show hesitation, or perhaps even decline your request the first time. Here are some of the ways that you can respond to a rejection. Definitely be diplomatic and polite. Don't let rejection affect your body language or tone or make you resentful. Instead, thank them for taking the time to consider your request. Learn more about the reason. Ask politely what factors drove them to make the decision. Do you foresee a squeeze in my budget or in the budget? Are there any additional factors that they use to evaluate performance? Or are they open to raise, not immediately, but after a couple months? Suggest alternate options. If the raise is out of the question, you may ask for an alternate options to work best for you, such as stock options, additional paid time off, resources for professional development, or a bonus. If your manager, tells you they need more time, relax and focus on the work. It's possible that they need additional approvals. If you haven't heard from them in more than 2 weeks, you can send them a gentle reminder. What if there's no possibility of a raise, you may ask yourself. If your leadership declines a raise and there's no possibility of one for more extended period of time, say 3 or 4 months, it's time to consider alternate options. You need to ask yourself if you're okay with waiting a few more months. Options may vary. For example, you may feel valued at work with a great work environment and may find it acceptable to wait out. In contrast, you may be facing financial problems and may require additional income to supplement your earnings. In such case, here are some of the alternative options you can explore. Consider the internal transfers. If your company is large enough, sometimes a lateral move to a different department can come with a pay increase. This will require you to evaluate your skills required for the roles in the new department and learn about its functions or goals and key personnel. Establish a good rapport with the other team through cross-collaboration meetings and see if it aligns with your work style and preferences. Most importantly, you'll need to discuss your decision with your manager and get their approval. Consider switching companies. You'll need to consider several other factors such as relocation, personal interest, and overall career goals if you decide to do this. If you've given it a serious thought and you're ready to switch companies, you can begin by using job boards to look at jobs and narrow them down to ones that align with your skill set and experience, and definitely work ethic. Research each company thoroughly before you apply for interviews. You'll have to expand your skill set and polish your resume before applying. If you're ready, if you already have an offer, you can take a shot by conveying the same to your manager or HR. Often this results in salary hikes or retention, as companies don't want to lose valuable employees. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next one.